Okay, what's going on, you guys? Happy Sunday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We're back here this afternoon with some charts, and we'll talk about the economic events happening this week. Of course, everyone on everyone's mind is going to be the rate decision. FOMC start on Wednesday, 2 p.m. So we'll just hop into that tonight. We got Zeus Candles with me and Permabull Bio Dev.
Permabull. How it is.
We got Dev on the line. Jay's not with us tonight because he has internet issues, or maybe he spilled his drink over his router. We don't know.
The Celtics lose? Or they win?
Celtics got their butts whooped, yeah.
That's probably why he doesn't want to be on.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
And
Yeah.
the Warriors take it. Man, you know what? The spread was 1.5, and Clay would have saved me by hitting at least one free throw. Good Lord.
Hey,
anyway.
Be honest. Were you wearing that hat before this video started? Or did you put it on?
I put it on afterwards because I had to shower.
Okay. Just checking.
He's going to join over the phone.
Oh, man. I was so irritated, but hey, Warriors win. That's what matters.
Hey,
I don't care about the money for it.
There he is.
Yeah, I want 7 games out of this series, man. Dude.
It's going to be a wild one. I mean, the Dubs, I mean, they look great tonight. Of course, they fought their hearts out, but I mean, it's hard to repeat that performance a second time, come Tuesday, because Memphis, I mean, home court advantage and all that. But anyway, so let's go ahead and check out the Qs. All right, so something I'm looking at for you guys, we'll hop into charts here. So we had a great day at TRT on Friday. I mean, everybody just banked pretty hard on Tesla and Qs, obviously taking full advantage of the downturn that's been happening in the markets. At this point, what I'm thinking is that the market's trying to price in at some level, a 50 BPS or 75 BPS rate hike come Wednesday at 2 p.m. That will be the decision. As you know, if you are a trader or you've been doing this a long time, you know that the rate decision usually during the announcement, it's going to be very, very volatile. So be careful out there. Even if you're a beginner trader, I would just probably stay out of the markets on Wednesday because it's going to get bumpy. Usually does whenever FOMC speaks or Powell gets on stage. So looking at the Q monthly chart, we closed below the EMA 21, and that's been always kind of the indicator for a lot of pro traders out there, that EMA 21 is, that key indicator that's going to tell you the short term, either it's going down or going up. So what's interesting is that, yes, we did over the last 3 months, actually, since February, we've been holding that EMA 21 pretty well. All right. And now on the monthly chart, this candle is just unbelievably obvious, bearish engulfing candlestick. It closed literally at the lows on the month. Okay. So it's insane. And so if you're looking at the monthly moving average 3450, EMA 3450, it's right below here. The last time that we closed below the EMA 21 would be December of 2018. We all know what happened then. The one time that we got pretty close, but not officially, we're not right on the money, but back in March 2020, that would be your pandemic lows there, before it ripped faces forever for the last several months. So this is if you're looking at this one candlestick, this bearish engulfing candlestick is just insane in terms of there's just no support. I mean, you figured there'd be some type of support in the last couple months here, but it's just simply not the case. So, with the Qs, of course, on Friday afternoon, right before the last couple hours, it dumped pretty aggressively, almost down to 312. So what's ahead this week? It's definitely, in my view, I definitely see a little bit more of red tomorrow, probably closer down to 307 level is what I'm looking at. 307, and then we'll see a relief rally into Tuesday, and of course volatility on Wednesday to see what the Fed actually does. Where did I get this 307 right here? There's a support here back on March 25th, 2021 lows. April. March 25th lows. Right about the 307 level is where you're going to find some type of bounce or some type of relief. If that doesn't hold, of course, you're looking at under 300 for the Qs. So that's what I'm looking at tomorrow. I'll keep going here, and then I'll have you guys jump in. Tesla bear flagging on the week on the daily chart as well. Nothing to see here, but if the market goes, it doesn't matter if Elon's done selling shares or whatnot. But this looks like a nice bear flag setting up. It's if it loses this level here, this volume shelf around the 860 and 850 level, where that gap needs to get filled on the 5-minute chart, then we can quickly see a test of the 800. So we're holding puts, 800 puts for May the 6th, headed into Monday as well. So on the 1-hour chart, looks interesting. You have a kind of ascending triangle, but it's looking pretty bearish as it can't cross over any of the EMAs towards the latter part of the day on Friday. So either tomorrow pre-market, since the let me just check the NQ1 and the futures this afternoon. Okay, so the futures are up slightly at this point. So yeah, I mean, you can see a slight gap up in the morning, but depends a lot on what happens overnight, obviously, or it breaks this trend line and opens up around the 850 level. All right. Earnings coming up. Two earnings or several earnings I'm looking at. The first one is Shopify. Okay. Shopify it's just starting to remind me a lot like Amazon. They do have a lowered expectation on EPS going into their earnings on Thursday. So I'm not seeing that they're going to hit that EPS. In fact, I'm predicting or forecasting that they're going to see a negative EPS or report a negative EPS. There's a slight gap here back on April 2nd or April in 2020, right around the 367 area. So this looks like a pretty good put situation. If the market decides to pump over the next several days, I'll be picking up some puts on Shopify. And of course, Sammy chip stock AMD reporting on Tuesday. If you're looking at this 1-hour chart here, it doesn't look good. That is just sitting at the support line here, or the trend line support. You want to, if you're a bull, you want it to hop over $90. Okay, but if this starts pumping on over the week, then I got a strategy to most likely buy some puts going into earnings. But if this continues to drop, it's one of those situations where, hey, if a stock keeps pumping before earnings, somehow usually it drops, and if it starts dumping before earnings, it usually pumps. Just like Facebook. Facebook jumped up 15% or was it 10% after hours. So we could see that happening as well. So that's it. It's going to be a wild week ahead, gentlemen. So what do you guys think? Zeus, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah. So I know Deb's going to hate this, but I just pulled this out of my front yard. I don't know if you can see it there. Bears welcome. So we have black bears in the neighborhood.
You got any honey? You gotta have honey outside. I mean, they're not gonna.
They did. Yeah, my garbage can. But so yeah, that's where I'm at, man. Dude, it's bear season. I a couple times within our TRT trading floor, I dropped the monthly fib levels for Q and SPY, and they are pretty gross. So
you want to share your screens,
dude. So I only have those on my phone at the moment.
Okay, I'll just share my screen then. It's fine.
Yeah. So let me get out of that. Yeah. So looking at let me get back there. Yeah. So the monthly fib for Q, and this is like a few days old now at this point, but the 61.8 retrace is going to be like 315, and then the ever important 23.6 is down to 210. Which that's a little scary. And
there's no support.
Yeah,
you're disgusting, man. How do you dare say that? 200 Q?
Dude, I don't know, man. Like
the world would end for death.
I don't think I'm the only one here. I think the world would end in general for everyone else.
Yeah, so it's like 280. 245 and 210 are your levels as of like 4 or 5 days ago.
I guarantee you a lot of people are saying that there's no Fed put. I guarantee there's a Fed put at 280.
Yikes.
I think 280 is the lowest we see. But
hey, well, let's pray for rain then at that point. Yeah, so I just I'm sort of like comparing this to 2008 a little bit. The NASDAQ back then in June of 2008 was negative 13% on the year. Does anybody want to take a guess at what NASDAQ is negative right now?
22.
I don't know.
22%.
Wow.
It's a bear market.
Oh, yeah.
Right? NASDAQ in 2008 did not reach 23% until like November of 2008. So,
but the markets are definitely more forward-looking, though.
Absolutely, right. But there is
a different market environment. But
it's a different market, but there is precedent for that nasty retrace, and it happened, a decade and a half ago. So, it's not to say, not to worry anybody or
well, if your boy Jay pulls 100 bips on Wednesday, it might happen.
Wow,
he's lost his mind.
Are you talking about August or early 2000s? This decline?
So 2008, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 2008.
Yeah, so,
okay, 2008.
Yep. June of look at June of 2008 to like November of 2008, and that's where we went from 13% to like minus 23% on that year, and then it I think it got to like negative 54, I want to say, in 2009 before it finally, started to breathe a little again. I don't think we're going to get that low, but when I see people saying, all-time highs, we're going to the moon, baby, get your moon shoes, your moon boots, whatever, man. Like I think you're living it well out there at this point because there's nothing to support that thesis other than you've been trading on Twitter for the last 2 years.
CPI,
so,
you need a good CPI print.
Yeah. Calm down out there if that's you.
Yeah.
I'm
a bull and I can understand that. Like it's not happening.
Yeah. And so to me, this is just it's a macro trend with relief candles is what we're gonna get until this is over.
Someone was asking where the bottom is, and I keep saying we're not gonna get a bottom if we keep having one bear market rallies. The bears just don't want a bottom. I mean, they know if they get a bottom, it's over for them.
Yeah.
And then two, buy the dip mentality. Stop
Yep.
buying the dip.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not going long on anything at the moment, unless it's just intraday, scalping, day trades.
I just have what I have. I'm not buying anything else.
Yeah. I told you guys earlier today, man. I closed the recent-ish ETH purchases. I've closed out of them. I've gone cash with crypto just because Warren Buffett's comments didn't sit well with anyone. And then, crypto is tech right now and tech sucks. So until they decouple, I'm definitely a buyer, man, at some point. I told Anthony earlier, man, give me 1,800 again on Ethereum and I'll hop back in. But I'm just kind of watching at this point.
What's on your watch list this week, Zeus?
Yeah. So Carvana, I'll stomp a mud hole in that thing. So let me go to my notes here on my phone. Some of the digging I was doing.
While he's looking, I want to say something about the markets.
The
last time we saw this, the put to call ratio was significantly high. It was not this past Friday, but it was a Friday before. Sometimes what that causes is sometimes it causes the market makers to hedge the puts with calls. Okay.
Totally.
So just know that if we automatically somehow start rallying tomorrow midday or Tuesday, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's not that the market is turning around. It's that the market makers are hedging with calls and people with puts are selling their puts. So then you get a massive push up. But then, like what Zeus says, every push up is going to get dropped down.
Yeah.
So
it's a relief candle.
It just gives you another relief time to buy puts.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that Thursday, didn't we? Right before Amazon
exactly what happened.
Earnings. It was insane. I mean, I'm glad we caught that. Huge. I mean, it bottomed out on the day at 317 and jumped to 330, nearly 330 levels in 4 hours. It's insane how many bears got burned in that quick in that hour.
I think they're gonna do it again, Monday close into probably Tuesday, like you said, right before Fomc to burn all the puts again.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. So I mean, that's the thing that I was talking about this morning in our video is that if you got puts, I mean, take profit. Once you got healthy profits, trim that down, take profit, reload if you see that trend continuing to go lower. But I would suspect at some point tomorrow afternoon or even Tuesday morning, the market's going to bounce or have a relief rally and just catch everybody off guard. Or it could come midday, right into. Usually, what I've noticed the trend is that right before, like the day before FOMC decision, they'll pump the market. So just watch out if you're a bear and catch those opportunities to be a quick bull.
Yep. Yeah. So I want to say something about what you just said about taking profit.
Yeah.
I have purposely shared screen grabs of profit taking that I've done.
Yeah.
That isn't like knock your socks off, like sexy, right? Like they're not triple digits. It's 34%. It's 32%. It's 50%.
Those are healthy.
Yeah. Right. Like if you're thumbing your nose at, 20 to 50% gains, like you've lost your mind. When you see people that are sharing, 700-800%, 1,000% runners, like that's probably a pro trader that has scaled out along the way. And like, that's the runner that
They're just like holding one. Yeah.
Holding one, holding two,
Yeah.
like you're 90% out of the position. So God, like if you're listening to this and you're like, start scaling out, like it's so important when we hop in the alert room and we're saying, hey, like you should be scaling out at this point. If you're, if you took the alert with us, like, we can't hit buy and sell for you, but like, I'm being honest with you, man. Like I'm selling at that point. Like I will not be caught holding any sort of bag on any of these puts or anything like that, because if it starts to rip to the upside, like, hey, your green trade just went red. So let me get to Carvana real quick. So I'm going to share my screen. I've got it on.
Okay, let me unshare. There you go.
This is going to be real quick. Give me some audio when you're there or when you see it.
When you share the screen, you got to click on the screen that you want to share.
You are right about that, sir.
Okay, so stop.
I had the same issue. I was like, wait.
There we go. All right, so it should be coming up. All right. Is this my trading view?
Yes. Okay, go
there
for
you
it.
Go.
Cool. All right. So this is one of the most disgusting charts you'll ever see in your entire life.
It looks like you. It looks like you.
Most disgusting charts.
Yes. So like to me, this looks like a mountainscape that like you'd see like some third-rate street artist trying to pedal at like a block party. Or maybe like the Colorado state flag. I don't know. But this is the Carvana weekly. And so if you look at like right here where my hand is, like the freaking volume bar became support for this little red candle here last week. And like you never want to see that. And so what we're seeing at this point are supports at 48.06, 44.27, 26.30, 22.26. And if you go back here to, April of 20, that's where we're pulling those from. And really the only thing like that surprises me with this chart is that Kathy Wood is not like, this isn't like a top 5, top 10 holding for her, because it's performing about the same as everything else that she's like,
she has Carvana? I didn't know.
No. I'm saying it's surprising to me that it's not as horrible as it's doing. Like, I'm surprised she's not like all in on this, like saying, hey, like we're like, we know more than you, we're smarter than you, like this technology, blah, 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 blah. All right. So one of the more disgusting charts, like you'll see, these guys are losing money despite this being the greatest used car sales environment in the last 50 years. I could sell my car right now for like 1.5 times like what I paid for it. Like my dad sold his Corvette for well over what it was worth. It's insane. Like Carvana, if you don't know, they're a subprime lender. And so what that means is they're giving credit, they're financing credit to buyers who have poor credit. And so with this being like, the U.S. headed for the slowdown we're in, you've got people with poor credit, they're less reliable. Like these are super risky financing terms that they're doing. Their balance sheet is gross. Q1 net income minus 260 million for Q1 this year. So Dev mentioned, I'm going to hop off this screen and stop sharing, just talk to it. But Dev mentioned, a couple days ago, I think Wednesday, like we saw it shoot up. And if you've ever like seen somebody die, like they gasp before like it's over. That's what that was. So institutions around the globe wanted absolutely no part in buying those junk bonds that they were offering up, right? And the reason they're doing this is because they're trying to raise capital for a takeover of another company. And so, the junk bond offering, it's like 8 years, 10.25% is what they offered. JP Morgan had to restructure the deal because there were no buyer. Like nobody was interested in it. They were looking at their model and they were like, dude, like why on earth would we do this? And so Apollo ended up coming in and buying it, but they're trying to acquire Odessa Incorporated, which is a U.S. Car auction company that operates in like 56 cities. And so what they're doing is, hey, like we're taking out the middleman. We're going to purchase these cars at auction, and then we're going to sell them, with subprime lending to people that may or may not actually pay that loan off. Who knows? And then you have also, the multiple board of directors. The CEO like was indicted for felony criminal fraud, like in the early 90s. Like when we say to avoid OTC companies because like CEOs and like directors are trash people, not to slander the guy or anything, but these are the kinds of things that you look out for. So I am not holding anything on Carvana at the moment. I got into it last week, May 20th, I believe, and then like the 27th were the put days that I did 50 puts for and $40 puts for. And, those ran over 50% from when they were called out to when like I finally like pulled the parachute and took profit for the week. But if this thing pumps at all this week, I'm going to be right back in late May puts for that. This thing is going to zero at some point. That's a little bit of hyperbole, but it won't be too far off. So, if you see a break of support and a retest on Carvana, like about between that 9 and 20 EMA, that's going to be your point of entry on Carvana on that 3 and 5 minute chart. So, like don't become concerned if it pumps. Rock. You got out of it on Friday. I think when you said that, I was down like 30% on the puts from that morning. I just knew. I was just like, you know what, man, like in a normal environment where it's not like a complete trend week and a trend day, like I would have been out at like 20-25% and just, taking the paper cut. But with that particular ticker, all the DD and history and everything on it, like no problem with a 10-point move to the downside on Friday, 10-point move to the downside on Thursday. It was like a 10-point move down and then back up on Wednesday because they got that crap news from Apollo with the junk bonds. Like, dude, this thing's going down. So, there may be a day or two here and there where it pumps and it eats a little bit of your premium, but this is a pretty safe play in my opinion. Puts.
Okay, so I'm going to buy in puts tomorrow right at the bell. Thank you. Got it.
You're welcome.
I'm going to
the company sucks.
Friday. I'm going to revenge trade this bad boy.
Yes, do it. Yeah. So aside from that, man, I'm with you on watching Q. I'll probably watch Shop as well. And like that's it, man. I'm like 2 to 4 tickers. Like I don't need anything else. Like
of course, keep your definitely. I mean, for the listeners out there, if you got, in this kind of market environment, I hope you don't have more than 6 active positions or more. A lot of people do, I guess. I don't know, but it gets very, very stressful to look at all these positions while you're trading during the day. So if you're trading, keep it light, keep it like 2-3 open positions, or you're actively trading at once, or else, when things, let's say, for example, I've been in this situation too, right? You got puts on SPY, you got puts on Q, you got puts on Tesla, and then you got puts on, Amazon, let's just say, right? And all of a sudden the market pumps. You will panic sell all 4 positions so fast at a loss, and then they'll dump and you'll feel like crap. So don't do that to yourself. Make sure you're only actively trading a couple of positions, taking profit, getting out, reload if you have to at EMAs or at resistances, and then flipping it over and over again, because That's critical. Even if, let's just say you're a bull and and the market's uptrending, right? And you buy in all these calls all over the map, and when it dumps, you're gonna panic sell once again, and it just dumps to the EMA 21. You got scared out. So it happens all the time to traders, especially the newer traders out there. So just be careful. All right, Devin, what's going on?
I was guilty early on of that, so
Yeah,
you gotta learn the hard way sometimes. So please take the advice.
please. All right, Dev, talk to me about whatever you want to talk to me about.
I was looking at the Q chart.
Yeah.
Looking at the weekly, and
You want to share the screen?
Yeah, hold on, let me see here.
Okay, go ahead. Is futures pumping? Oh, it's
telling you. Yeah, it's probably just gonna fizzle out though.
Yeah.
Hey man, Monday's gonna follow Friday market.
Oh yeah. Okay, all right. Let me go and add it to. All right, there you go. Go.
All right, so looking at the Qs, I was just looking at the volume that we get, the sell volume on each correction. I feel like we're getting capitulation. I don't know if I'm wrong, but maybe a couple more red weeks, maybe 2 more red weeks, 3 weeks. But the volume is pretty close to what we normally see on each of the corrections.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying we got probably another maybe 2 weeks of down, at least.
Another 2 weeks of down.
I
it
don't
all
know.
really depends on the Feds, I mean,
Yeah,
it depends on what they say and the balance sheet, right? Because correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have any idea when they're going to start, right? Or
they're starting in May.
Definitively, or
they said May. That's what Brainard said, and they're saying about 90 to 100 billion a month.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what kind of surprised the market, because the market was expecting 80 when she said it that week.
Yeah.
And it kind of just tanked the market the whole week.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to show is I know we've been on Ader for a while, and that short interest is still around. It's at 41. Okay. The short interest is 41% of the free float. And I don't know where they keep getting the shares. But the other one, I don't know if you want to pull this up, Rock, is Redbox.
Go ahead. You can share on your screen.
Let's see here.
But isn't Redbox kind of a dying business? I mean, it's like
it is, but it's also on Short Squeeze 3.
I can't do it.
The chart looks so good. Okay.
At some point, at some point, Dev's gonna come in here and be like, you know what? Carvana is Short Squeeze 3, so we're just gonna kill Zeus.
Yeah, no, it's not. Come on. At least look at the chart.
Oh man.
No, I'm just saying, like in the future, at some point.
What's happening with Redbox? Is just squeezing for no reason because it is.
It is. Yeah, I don't know.
$6, huh? Oh, they were a SPAC, weren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they were a SPAC. It was $10 forever. Yeah.
I'm trying to show the chart though.
Let's see. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, my bad. There you go.
I mean, that's on the hourly.
Oh, maybe a little pull
2 hour.
Dang, look at that, dude.
On the 15.
I'm jealous. Why can't Ader do this right now?
I don't know. And then on the daily too. Look at that candle.
What, did they have news at all on Friday?
No news.
Wow, that's insane.
Hey, Grandpa Rob just texted and said a couple other prominent trading rooms are on.
Are they? Oh, come on, Rob.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, so they're loading.
That's what it is. Don't get bagged.
Yeah, don't get bagged on this one. I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see CYN?
All I do is get bagged.
CYN on Friday.
Yeah,
offering, man.
On Thursday. And it's squeezed anyway.
Yeah.
Really?
You guys saw CYN. I don't even know what it was about.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's pumping. Look at this. Look at this
Good
garbage.
night.
It's being pumped by
Oh
someone,
my
I'm
lord!
pretty sure. Oh wow, that chart though.
108 to 555. Are you kidding?
Yeah, for 400%, and it's got a huge gap. The gap is ridiculous. From 167 down to 121. There's a big old gap here, and it just keeps going.
Okay.
Good.
No
night.
idea.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Rob will probably come in here and short this back down to.
Rob, I don't know if you're listening, Rob, but I don't know why there was some bullish flow on bingo. I don't know if you know anything. You can tell us later.
Bingo.
The first
Bingo.
comment on Webull
BNGO.
for CYN is I'm looking at Mullen, Redbox, and CYN. Yeah.
Was that Webull you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't chase this kind of stuff. You know, it looks good.
Oh, that's gone. Yeah, I didn't know Redbox was being pumped by someone.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe it's gonna pull a Smile Direct Club kind of thing.
Oh.
Whoa! Smile Direct Club is $1.
What a bargain!
Oh, look at that M. That's like Cam's favorite setup right there. Look at that murder M. Is that your
$1.85? What happened to the moon with this thing? They were talking about this thing's gonna go $60.
What was the other one they were talking about? TMC? Is that what it was? The metal company?
TMC? Oh no, I don't know. Oh. Whoa! This is a SPAC too.
It is, but they were pumping this one too.
Oh, that reminds me. What about Desktop Metal? Wow, Desktop.
Oh
Metal.
yeah, that was another one. Yeah,
that was another big SPAC that flew. Look at this, $34 after SPAC. Before it's de-SPACed anyway, and then now it's at $3. Good Lord! I mean, this is why I never touch. Like a lot of people talk to me about GPI and Polster and all that stuff. Like, guess what's going to happen after they de-SPAC? Yeah. Look at this. It's back under 10.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big old pump about it. And, unfortunately, Lucid, while being a legit freaking EV company, is getting dumped on too. I mean, back to $18. If the $18 doesn't hold, good Lord, I guess I just have to buy it at 16. But I mean, these it's just that there's a stigmatism around SPACs.
Yeah,
which I don't understand. Look at every Shamath SPAC, IPOF, iPod, whatever, IPOA, IPOC. They all just went nowhere.
Ooh. Okay, looking at Lucid Flow, it's pretty ugly.
There was another. There's another de-SPAC that I had asked you guys about maybe 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, look at CELU.
CELU.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
So this is one that was a SPAC. What was it at?
Yeah.
I can't see. What's that price?
It's at $11.69 now.
Whoa, it went from what was it? Was it $4 or $5?
Yeah, $3.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, this is one that I've sort of been eyeballing for a little while now to back it back down to below.
I know this company.
NAV.
I
think this is. I think this is
a biotech company. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think this
is. Have you guys seen BRCC? What happened?
Cam sold his shares. That's what happened.
Cam happened.
Cam literally pumped it to us around here, and then he sold it here, and then we're all
sold it. You sold it. Yeah.
Is this going back to NAV? Looks like it's going back to 10. Dang, because you do have a gap down to 12.
It explains why he's sleeping in all the time. He got all his money on that play.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Yeah. You know what? This actually makes sense. He pumped this.
Yep.
And then he sold his house. He's buying a new one. That's exactly what happened.
And he said, oh, his dad told him about it.
Mm-hmm.
My ass.
Man, Cam.
Maybe he made his dad rich too. Who knows?
Shameful. I can't believe how quick this fell from $30 though.
It was rising pretty fast though.
50% in a week and a half. That's insane. Like what happened? Like what would cause that kind of fall? I mean, offering, like you guys said this was your favorite coffee. You guys didn't go buy some or something.
I got a full thing of it at our coffee bar here, man.
It's not
Hey,
helping.
Zeus,
It
when
is
was
not.
Roblox earnings?
Oh, yeah, I was
You were
talking about
looking
that
at them,
last
right?
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so Roblox was just one of those ones that like the chart looked horrific.
Another Kathy
And
stock.
yeah, like I was just
Yeah,
like,
this is
oh, okay.
they have earnings coming up. Okay, I'm short. Easy.
Yeah, 100%.
$10.
Yeah,
$10.
gaming's down. AtView had bad earnings too. No one cared though. But
So May 10th is when it's expected after hours.
All right, putting that on my calendar.
Yep.
Let's write some $10 puts tomorrow. All the way to next week.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm buying some Roblox puts.
Yeah, so I think it had yeah, that thing was it was ugly.
There you go.
It sucks too because
There's
like
red.
Probably too.
I was talking to you guys about this, and then I paid zero attention to it this last week, despite it like being on my watch list, just because like
Yeah.
Carvana popped
Well, that's
up.
why I brought it up because I thought someone was talking about it.
Yeah, yeah, it was me. It's got that. If you scroll back out, I mean everything has this setup, right? But it's like that. It's Cam's favorite setup, the H.
Yeah, it's got the
Oh boy.
yeah, way below IPO prices. Oh, good lord. Whew.
So, Rock, to go back to you, I know you're playing. You're looking at playing puts on Twilio. Where do you think this is gonna go?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a pandemic kind of stock, text messaging, they do obviously really good business in terms of business B2B services. However, the issue is that they don't make money. Let me just check their Twilio earnings. I think they did. Let's see. Their revenue was they were kind of in line Q4, but they're still at a negative EPS. Now this coming May 4th, this Wednesday, they have a expected EPS of minus 21 cents and 863 million in revenue, which is pretty high considering what they did in Q4. They did only 842. So there's this expectation, a pretty high expectation here. So I think for the most part in this kind of market environment, it puts us to play. I think this season under $100 come earnings. This is just like, I mean,
is that inverted cup and handle too?
Yeah, this is just one of those.
They're all inverted cup and handle.
They're trading. They're still trading high PE levels, and and this market just has no appetite. I mean, obviously, I could be wrong. I was wrong on Twilio last quarter. I bought puts on earnings for last quarter, and that pumped me out. But this time, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they can get away with it with just being in line and reporting a negative EPS. I mean, look at what happened. I know they're not Amazon, apples and oranges, but look at what happened at Amazon reporting a negative EPS the first time. Stock down 500 points at this point. It's insane. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Twilio, Shop, SQ, sort of Square Block or Block 8.
Actually, hey, can you talk about that because you're bullish on Block?
Yeah, well,
like we're not bullish on anything else, so like let's give one to the bulls.
Yeah, I mean this one chart wise, I still like it. It's got this higher low formation, right? But it doesn't. That's it from a chart perspective. But they did extremely well last quarter. If you guys remember, we played this last quarter. Initially, the stock dumped on earnings, and then they came out with Jack Dorsey, or was it not Jack, but the CEO was on the line, and they talked about what was it? Something with a firm. Is that right, Dev? Remember?
No, it was who they bought out. They bought out
Oh yeah.
Another buy now, pay later company, an Australian one, I forgot. But I think their revenues are going to be up from that company now.
Right.
So Cash App was really good.
Right. Exactly. So there you go. So the stock did after hours on that during that day after hours, it pumped.
Yeah, they bought Afterpay.
Afterpay. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bigger than a
So,
firm.
29 billion.
If they report their revenues, then I think it's going to be very, very positive for Square. It might be, you know, I mean, it might even pump up Bitcoin a little bit. I don't know. So we'll see. So
You
this
look at-
one I can't actually be bullish about, but everything else, nah.
You look at all the fintech stocks, though. I mean, they're all pretty beat down.
Right.
Upstart's gonna probably beat its earnings too, guaranteed. But
Yeah, this pumped crazy last
Yeah.
earnings, right? It was insane. A firm, where's a firm at?
probably 20s.
28.
30.
Oh my god. I had no idea a firm went. I haven't played a firm in a while. Okay.
Remember we were so bullish on a firm?
Yeah, I remember. But that was the getting into the height of the bull market, man. That was insane when we went over 150 or so. All right, guys. So we've been on for 48 minutes. Let's not just chatter all night long. All right. So that's it for us for today. I appreciate Dev and Zeus being online with us tonight. So good luck to all the traders out there this week. It's going to be volatile. You know, quick commercial plug. If you're looking to join the community, if you're looking to learn about options trading, learn how to profit take and manage your risk and learn technicals and all that, and you're brand new to the market and you're really, you know, just been maybe you got in the market in 2020 and you lost everything back after the GMU run or after the bull run, and you're really looking to make money even in the bear market or whatever market conditions. Visit therockTradingCode.com. We'd love to have you. Right now we're running a 25% off special 1-year anniversary, so feel free to take advantage of that. If nothing else, gentlemen, I'll see you guys in the see you guys tomorrow.
I got one thing to tell you. Your revenge trade is coming up at the end of May. Its name is Snow.
Snow. Where are they right now?
Yeah, I was talking about this in chat the other night.
When's their earnings?
May 26th.
Okay, that's a little bit further out.
Yeah, end of May.
It's going to go back down to 164.
You got 25 days to decide what you want to do with it.
Are they one of those negative EPS as well? Okay, so they're actually positive, like 0.12.
They should be positive this time. Yeah.
380. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, we'll see. I have plenty of time to think about that one. All right, gentlemen, have a great night. Be blessed. I'll see you guys later.
All right.